The Festival of Black Arts and Culture officially opened this morning with the keynote address coming from renowned lawyer PLO Patrick Lumumba. The festival will also see business exhibitors present their works alongside showcases and performances from the arts and culture sector. Newzroom Africa's Hugo Ribatika is in Arusha, and he joins us now to give us a taste of what it is that you are seeing and hearing. Hello, Hugo.
Good to speak to you. How are things in Joburg?
I think things are all right. It's kind of nippy here, but it must be warm where you are.
Well, I can tell you that Arusha is pretty warm, and sadly the start to the FESTAC festival was a little bit lukewarm. We had anticipated for a lot more activity, but none of that has actually happened. I do have the chairman of the organisation, Engineer Aboya, who we will speak to in a moment. But this festival is expected to run over the next 7 days, run all the way through to the 28th of May. A lot of activities headlining the show. I mean, as you indicated, Professor Lumumba spoke a little bit earlier. He gave the keynote address this morning, and obviously stressing the importance of festivals such as FESTAC and what it is that they do for the African people, and spreading Ubuntu amongst other things. Over the next few days, there will be a number of business seminars that will be taking place out here at FESTAC. In fact, there's sports activity that's also going to be taking place. But I don't want to steal too much thunder from the chairman of the organisation, Engineer Aboya, who I will speak to right now. Engineer, very good afternoon. Thanks so much for speaking to us.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
Very well. Well, congratulations on FESTAC. This is, I think, number 4, but several years without FESTAC. You did FESTAC last year in Zanzibar, so second concurrently. What can people expect?
Thank you very much. What we've done with FESTAC is to design a week of activities using arts and culture as a platform to get people to network, trade, travel, explore, and do business together. So what we've done with FESTAC is to say, let's create a week where all our people can come together and do every pertinent issues that are affecting our continent today, from climate change initiatives to diaspora issues to women in business to diversity in business to sports. As you mentioned earlier, we're doing golf, we're doing basketball and soccer to bring the kids in to make sure the kids are part of what we do. And it's a big week. We also have the entertainment side, which is the music, the culture, and the movies. So it's a good week. It's a good week with a lot of activities planned.
Certainly sounds like it. Now, one of the key things that you talked about in your address a little bit earlier was the involvement of young people, kids in particular. And I think this is a new addition to FESTAC.
Correct. So in 1966 and 1977, when the first and the second ones were done, a lot of the efforts were on the cultural activities, poetry, writing in Africa. But we think the continent needs to move way beyond that. So while we're able to do that, to bring people together, we also need to bring our kids into what we are doing so that we can perpetuate the growth we look for. So the basic 2 ways we intend to get the kids involved into what we're doing, which is through sports and education. So like I said, for the kids, they're going to do soccer. There's a soccer camp. But not only even teaching them how to play the game, but to also realize that you can want to play soccer, but if you break your leg, you may not be able to go to the pros. But there are other businesses, like a reporter, like an interviewer, like somebody, like a manager, a team manager. There's some other things they can do inside sports. So there's also like a classroom session for them to teach them all those things, in addition to the game. We also have a basketball camp for the kids that want basketball. So that's the side of sport. The other side of what we have for the kids is STEM education. Last year in Zanzibar, we had over 200 children in coordination with Destination Imagination out of Botswana and Milele Foundation in Zanzibar. We had over 200 kids in a STEM education session for 2 days. And we're going to do that again this week.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Engineer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Words of Engineer Aboya, who is the chair of FESTAC 2023. So obviously a lot of activities happening, a lot that we are looking forward to over the next few days, and we will continue to give you updates on what's transpiring out here in Arusha in Tanzania.